Hello. Today we're going to be doing a Vinyasa flow to strengthen and open up the body and to balance out the mind. All right, so today we're going to start in a Virasana. If your knees get sore sitting in traditional Virasana, you can also take a block, or if you don't have a block, a few books stacked on top of each other, and just taking a seat in your Virasana. Resting your hands on your thighs, taking a deep breath in as you shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and sighing out as you release your shoulders down. And again, take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in. And release your shoulders down. Gently close your eyes. Just take a few moments to bring yourself into the present moment. If your mind is feeling quite busy today, just gently take your awareness to your in-breath and your out-breath. And every time your mind starts to wander, try not to force your thoughts away. Instead, notice your thoughts for a moment and then just gently bring your awareness back to your breathing. With every exhalation, feel your body relaxing a little bit further, a little bit deeper. And just taking a moment to have a check-in with yourself. Notice if there are any areas of tension in your body or any areas that may need a little bit of extra care during your practice today. Take one more deep breath in and sigh it out. And very gently begin to bring the eyes open. And then taking your hands to your sides, take a deep breath in as you extend your arms up, bringing them to touch your hands. Breathing out, allowing your arms to drift slowly down. And again, deep breath in, filling the whole movement with your breath. And breathing out, extending all the way down. And 2 more times, breathing in. And breathing out. And last time, breathing it all the way in. Take an extra stretch of your spine. And as you breathe out, gently hinging over to the side. Breathing into that left side. And breathing in, extending up. Breathing out over to the opposite side. And then breathing in, come all the way up. Breathing out, just taking your hands behind your head and gently twisting from one side to the other. You can connect this with your breath, or if you want to go a little bit faster, you don't need to connect it to your breath. Just do whatever feels right in your body right now. Try not to overdo it as we're just warming up. And one more on either side, and coming back to center. Releasing your hands down, taking the block away from you, from underneath you. Bringing your legs around and just holding your legs underneath your thighs. Bringing your knees towards your chest and lifting your toes off the ground. And just flexing into your toes for a moment. And then circling your ankles one way and circling them in the opposite direction. And then bringing your feet down and just doing the same with your hands. You can flick your hands a few times, shake them a few times, and then gently rotating your wrists a few times. And then in the opposite direction a few times. All right. And releasing or moving your block away. And coming into a tabletop position and just sitting yourself back in a child's pose for a moment. Make this a dynamic child's pose. So make mounds with your fingertips and lift your elbows off the ground and then place your forehead down on the ground and feel yourself stretching in both directions. Feel your arms and your fingers stretching in one direction and then feel your tailbone drawing down in the opposite direction. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. And then as you breathe in, coming back up to your tabletop position, knees in line with your hips, shoulders in line with your wrists, and walk your hands about a foot in front of you. And then keeping your hips where they are, gently release your chest down to the mat. And you can either release your forehead down or you can release your chin, whatever feels more comfortable for you in your puppy pose. Two more deep breaths in and out. And on your next inhalation, gently walking your hands back to the tabletop position and then stretching into your right leg, just stretching into that calf muscle. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to lift your left knee off the ground, tuck it into your chest, just hold it for a moment. You can curl your top of your spine. And then stretching that leg to plank position, bringing that right knee into your chest, hugging it in, and placing that right knee down to your tabletop position, leaving your left leg where it is, and just stretching into that calf muscle. And then bringing that left knee back down to tabletop. Tuck your toes and gently hover your knees off the ground, just for a moment, really feeling that strength in your core. Few deep breaths in and out. And then on your next inhalation, lifting your hips to your downward facing dog, bending well into your knees at first, just to release your lower back and release your hamstrings and calf muscles gently. And then just pedaling your feet a few times. Then bending both your knees, stretching just your left leg so your right knee stays bent, looking underneath your left shoulder in a gentle twist. And bringing your head back to center, bending into your left knee, stretching into your right, and looking underneath your right shoulder. And stretching into that left knee, and just taking a moment to stretch into both your legs. And then bend your knees and look to the front of your mat. Walk all the way to the front of your mat. Your feet will be hip width apart. And just relax over in Uttanasana for a moment. Allow your head to completely release, to make your head as heavy as possible to decompress the spine. If you need to bend your knees, you can do that. And then very slowly on your next inhalation, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae, releasing your head and your arms. And then coming to standing and just rolling your shoulders a few times. And forwards a few times. Okay, and then just taking a deep breath and extending your arms up towards the sky, palms touching. And as you breathe out, swan diving all the way down, but this time you're going to roll your spine all the way down. And then we're going to roll the spine all the way up, bringing your arms at either side and all the way up to touch. And then swan diving, but curling your spine all the way down. We'll do this 2 more times, just to release the spine. And last time, deep breath in. As you breathe out, curling all the way down to the mat. Breathing in Ardha Uttanasana, so your hands can be on the mat, your fingertips, or they can be on your shins. Draw your shoulder blades back down your spine, open up your chest and make your back as long and as straight as possible. Take one more deep breath in, breathing out, folding over Uttanasana. And again, breathing in, flattening your back. Breathing out, Uttanasana. 2 more times, breathing in, flat back. Breathing out, Uttanasana. Last time, breathing in, flat back. This time, your hands are going to go flat on the mat. You're going to step back to a plank position. Hold it in your plank position for a moment. Deep breaths, drawing your heels back towards the ground. Take one deep breath in. And as you breathe out, knees onto the mat, heart forward, bend your elbows, and come all the way down. Take a deep breath in to baby cobra. Breathing out, release. Breathing in, baby cobra. Breathing out, release. One more time, breathing, baby cobra. Breathing out, release. And then pushing on your hands into your tabletop position, tucking in your toes back into your downward facing dog. Take one deep breath in here. As you breathe out, you're going to bend your knee into your chest as far as it'll go. Then step your right foot forward, place your left knee onto the ground, release your back foot and lift your arms up into a low lunge. Keep your pelvis straight. So if you have to back off a little bit, just to keep that pelvis pointing straight down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, take your left hand down to the mat, right arm up to the sky, into a twist. Take one more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, take your hand back down, tuck your back foot, step yourself back to plank position, knees down onto your mat, heart forward all the way down to the ground. This time you can come up a little bit further in your cobra, and down, and again, and down. 2 more times, and down. Last time, and down. And breathing into your tabletop, tuck your toes, and back to your downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, bend your left knee well into your chest. Step it all the way through. Right knee down into the mat. Release your right toes. Arms all the way up to low lunge. Trying to keep your pelvis straight. your belly button towards your spine to help you. Take one more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, right hand down to the mat, left palm turns out into a twist. Take one more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, left hand down to the mat, tuck your back toes, step back to your plank position. Now you can go through your cobra again, or if you'd like your chaturanga, you're going to go into chaturanga. And then into your upward facing dog. And engaging in your abdominals, all the way through to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. On your next inhalation, lift your right leg to a three-legged dog. Breathing out, bend it all the way in and step it through. Set yourself up for Virabhadrasana number 2, your warrior number 2. And windmill your arms into your warrior number 2. Take a deep breath in and out. And in and out. On your next inhalation, into your reverse warrior. Deep breaths in and out. And in and out. On your next inhalation, taking your hands to your shoulder level and feeling your hips sliding back and feeling as if somebody is really taking hold of that right hand, drawing you as far forward as you can go to get yourself into a good position for your Trikonasana. In your triangle, you're trying to draw that top shoulder back to feel as if your back is up against a wall. You can either grab hold of your shin or you can release your hand for more of an abdominal and core strengthening. And if it's available to you, you can look up at your top hand. Take a deep breath in and up. One more deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to look down, take your left hand to your hip, bend into your right foot, and step your back foot in slightly. We're going to go into a half moon pose. So looking ahead of you, about a foot ahead of you, find your hand stabilized on the ground, and then lifting your leg hip height, turn your toes to face the side, and find your twist here first. Oh, sorry, I'm on sand, so it's pretty unbalanced. So find your footing first, and then once you're there, you can extend your left arm up towards the sky. And if it's available to you, you can look towards the side wall. But I don't think I can do it because I'm so unbalanced on the sand. Take a deep breath in. If you'd like to play around, you can grab hold of your left foot with your right hand. Sorry, with your left hand. So go into an arched position. And then releasing back to your Chandrasana, Ardha Chandrasana. Releasing your left hand down, turning your left foot down, and releasing your head into a standing split. You can hold onto your right ankle and use your left hand to help you balance. Take a deep breath in and out. One more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, stepping back all the way to your warrior 2. Take one deep breath in. And breathing out. Hands down to the mat. Step back to your plank position through your Vinyasa Yogi's Choice. And into your downward facing dog. And take a deep, Cleansing breath in and out. And on your next inhalation, extending your left leg up to a three-legged dog. And as you breathe out, stepping that left foot through, setting up for your Virabhadrasana number 2, windmilling your arms. Take a moment here. And on your next inhalation, reverse warrior. Relax that back shoulder. Take one more deep breath in and out. On your next inhalation, setting up for your Trikonasana. So sliding your hips back, drawing that front hand as far forward as it'll go. And then either grabbing onto your shin or just resting your fingertips on the ground. And if it's available to you, looking up towards the top hand. One more deep breath in and out. And then on your next inhalation, taking your right hand, your top hand to your hip, looking down, you're going to set up for your Ardha Chandrasana, so your half moon. So bringing your weight onto that left foot or the top foot. Take your front hand in front of you about a foot. Lift your leg, hip height, toes pointing to the side. And then find that twist first before you extend your top arm. And then once you're there, if it's available to you, you can then turn your head, which I can't do because I'm on a sandy slope. So going into your Ardha Chandrasana, being gentle on yourself. And if you'd like to play around, you can grab hold of your foot. Ah! Good. And then gently releasing. Taking your right hand down, turning your hip down, and releasing your head down into a forward standing split. You can grab hold of your left ankle with your left hand. Use your right hand to balance you. Take one more deep breath in and out. And as you breathe in, stepping that right foot well back into your warrior 2. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, hands to the mat. Step back to your plank position. Yogi's choice through your Vinyasa. To your downward facing dog. Just taking one cleansing breath here. And sighing it out. And then very gently, as you breathe in, walking your feet towards your hands. And placing your sitting bones down onto the mat. Coming into Baddha Konasana. Bringing your feet together, the soles of your feet together. Drawing your pelvis towards your heels. And then making peace fingers and holding onto your big toes. Taking your elbows to the outsides of your thighs, insides of your thighs. Draw your thighs down with your elbows. Take a deep breath in and flattening your back. Getting your head in line with your spine first. Really feel that opening up. Take one more deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you can curl your spine over and relax into the asana for a moment. And on your next inhalation coming up, you're going to extend your left leg out to the side. Bring your left foot in and your left knee in slightly. Take a deep breath and extending your arms to the side. And then if it's available to you, you're going to use your peace fingers again. Grab hold onto the outside of your foot, or grab hold of your big toes and extend your left arm up and over. And if that's enough for you, you can stay here, or you can take your left hand and grab hold of your right thigh and start to twist your body. And if you want to take it further, you can try and grab your toes with your top arm. So do whatever feels good for you in your body today. Every day is different. Take one more deep breath in and out. And then coming back mindfully and swapping sides. Flexing into that opposite foot. And either grabbing hold of your toe if it's available to you. If not, you can just let your hand rest on your shins. Take a deep breath in, extending your opposite arm up and overhead. And then you can choose if you want to grab hold of your thigh, or if you want to try and grab hold of your foot with your top arm. Just decide what feels good for you right now. And take one more deep breath. In and out. Last breath, in and out. And on your next inhalation, coming back up and setting up to lie back gently on the mat, hugging your knees into your chest, just going into a gentle twist, letting your knees fall over to the right hand side, your left arm out at shoulder level. You can look over your left shoulder. And breathing in, bringing your knees back up. As you breathe out, swapping over to the opposite side, looking over the opposite shoulder. And on your next inhalation, bringing your knees back up. Just taking your feet down to the floor. Your soles of your feet are together, a little bit away from the body. Just relax your knees open and take your hands to your belly for a moment. Just take a moment to take a few deep breaths in and out. And if you'd like to stay here, you're welcome. Or you can stretch out one leg at a time. Enjoy one final shavasana for a few moments. Very gently bringing yourself back. Rub your fingertips together. Bending both your knees one at a time. Slowly rolling over onto one side. Then coming to a comfortable seated position with your eyes closed. And just taking your hands to your heart, resting one hand on top of the other. Taking a deep breath in, filling your heart with love. And as you breathe out, sending love out to the